I just found out about you 4 days ago, watching your interview on Video Ranking Academy, and just became enamored in what you do. And I noticed that you're doing luxury properties now. And looking back, would you have started with luxury properties?
Oh, I think this is the easiest way to get started, is in the regular market, I guess you could say, non-luxury. I mean, it's a lower barrier of entry, but I mean, if you want to start that, I mean, I can help somebody start a luxury channel too. So I mean, if you're already in luxury, it's just a matter of a different a different focused. That's not the same fundamentals and principles still apply in the course, but if you buy the course, you'd have to go with option 2 if you want to discuss luxury, because I'd have to individually coach you through that.
Yeah. Oh, just to let you know, I already decided to do 3. I'm not even a realtor yet. I got to get my license and all that stuff, but I'm started videos today already, talking about the areas, different areas. I started, close to my neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited. And when you first got started, you started with the regular real estate. Who was your first hire?
Oh, first hire for the team?
Yeah.
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Yeah. So Chrissy's been with me. I don't know. I have no idea why, but she's been with me for about 3 years. I actually found Chrissy on Fiverr probably about 3 years ago.
Wow.
And before I even got into real estate. And I was like, you know how when you go on Fiverr and they always put Americans on the thumbnails, but then you try to hire somebody and they're not American. And I thought, I was like, oh, well, this person's prices are way too cheap and she looks American. I'm like, this can't be right. And then, I hired, brought her on, and she was just a contractor, like just from job to job for social media and stuff like that for the first 2.5 years or so. And then whenever we started this, she was still a contractor in the beginning, but as we just got busier and busier, it just made sense to, I just asked her, what does it cost to buy you out of all your clients?
Wow. Super.
Yep.
So you're doing your marketing, and I know you got different tiers, like for the real estate as well as the marketing tier, the agent reels. What do you want your marketing to do this year that it didn't do last year?
Well, we've got everything pretty dialed in as far as, the only marketing we spend is for all of you. I mean, I'm sure all of you on here probably saw an ad one way or another, which, the thing is, for us to grow a team and to grow the organization the way we want to grow organically is going to take way too long. And so you can't supercharge things with ads. Now, the thing is on the channel, we still have not run any ads to the channel, but I believe I've figured out a way that I can direct traffic to the channel. The reason I don't want to run ads to the YouTube channel is because if you've ever run ads, you get artificial subscribers and artificial views.
Right.
It happens by default, and that's something I've never wanted on the channel. Now, I believe I've figured out a way, which we're going to test, to run some ads without doing that, which I'll share that with anybody that partners with us or buys the course. But that I'm going to start testing that, and I think I can drive the right traffic to the channel without getting artificial subscribers and views. So nice. That's a whole different method. So for that, we're going to test that sort of thing out. And then all we have to do for our agent growth is just spend more money, because I think what we've been doing so far, especially on these calls, we pretty much have the same results. There's 25 people on here. I'll tell you right now, five of you will take action. There's going to be 2 or 3 of you that buy the course, and there's going to be 2 or 3 of you that want to partner, So if we look at it from a marketing standpoint, we have that dialed in to where this happens every single time we have this call. Depending on how many people show up, it's usually about 20 to 25% take action. Nice. So all we have to do is really scale that out. But I've been doing a lot of traveling. We've been, blessed to have speaking opportunities and podcasts and all kinds of crazy stuff happening. So we're just trying to really hit a consistency. So
super. And just one more question, if I can, is the research that you mentioned that you did in September and August and September. Yep. What kind of research did you do before you did the videos for that month?
Well, it was I read about 8 different YouTube marketing books. You know, it was watch every single YouTube video I could find on Think Media and Daryl Eve's channel and Roberto Blake's channel. And you know, it's just it's a lot. You know, it's
I know.
Stuff that you got to just piece together.
Super. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate it.
Hey, real quick, Malcolm, what you said, video ranking academy. What is that? I haven't heard of that.
That's Sean Cannell and Travis Benji.
Oh, Benji Travis.
Yeah, Benji. I'm sorry, Benji Travis. Yeah.
You mean video influencers?
Well, yeah, Video Influence is their podcast, but they have a program to teach people how to use YouTube, and I have both of the YouTube books. Matter of fact, I bought Daryl Eve's book, the YouTube Formula, and he recommended YouTube Secrets. He said it's the best marketing book on YouTube out there. So I bought that and I got swept into what they're doing, and it's been very effective. I'm not in real estate, I'm just in regular SEO. But yeah, I definitely want to take advantage of what you have to offer with real estate.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot me a number 3 if you want to, and we'll talk more.
Definitely.
All right. Sounds good. I like your energy too.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right. What's up, Jamie? How are you?
I'm good, Levi. How are you?
I'm doing well. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay. Great market.
Yeah, it is. It's a competitive market.
Yep.
I saw you on Tom Dawes' call. I think you were on Tom's call for EXP a week and a half ago, right?
Yeah. Who is that? Tom?
Tom Dawes. Yeah, and Don Yoakum. I think they both.
Don Yoakum. Yeah.
Yeah. And my question is, so you have the 2 different, you know, obviously I can do 1 or 2 based on the fact I'm already EXP. And how do you make that determination? I mean, I guess my question is, being kind of YouTube illiterate to some degree, and you got these 2, you got kind of the self do it, but you know, I think the hard thing is, like, I really don't know what I need. You know, it's like the question that I'm not sure from that standpoint.
Well, I mean, it really depends on your learning style. So, I mean, the option 1 is more for like type A's, for drivers, you know, those types of personalities where you're like, just give me the information half an hour ago. I would have already done the course by now. You know, those type of people are just, they want to blow and go. Right. So, but I mean, you can do option 1. If you want to upgrade to option 2 later, I'm happy to take more money from you. So,
okay, perfect.
I mean, if you're not sure, I mean, the thing is it's individual, you know, one-on-one. I get on the Zoom calls with you and we walk
right
up really in depth, you know.
So basically, if I chose option 1 and I found myself like, hey, I need more one-on-one, or I need a different perspective on this, then I could just upgrade.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
You're welcome. Brandon, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
I am actually in Fort Worth, right next to Roanoke and South Lake. I actually, yeah, I just moved out here literally like a year ago. So new in the area, and I've been doing loans for over 16 years and making the pivot over here. I'm actually thinking about getting my real estate license out here as well. Okay. For me, I just started doing Instagram reels, all that stuff. I'm just now getting comfortable behind the camera. Been doing that for like a month and a half. I'm posting about 1 Instagram reel. And my biggest thing with that is kind of like what you mentioned. I'm doing it. It blows up for 30, 40 minutes and then nothing. And I kind of like your take on it, where you do a YouTube video and you chop that up, and now you can have 3 or 4 Instagram reels out of that. So it saves time. My biggest thing, and my question is, I'm not a good like long-winded talker and like talking to myself. So like the short form videos, I can hammer that out, do a little script. But talking for, 3 to 15, 30 minutes, I saw one of your videos like almost an hour. I'm like, Jesus, I don't even know how to, what I have a hard time just talking to my wife for an hour, let alone, to myself basically. So is there something in there just kind of like outlining what you should be doing, or what's in there to kind of help me with that perspective?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. First of all, Dave, I just want to say, I got to get you got to go back to the TV frame. I got to get one of those. Hold on. You got to go. That couch is ugly. Yeah, there you go. I got to get that TV frame right there. That's pretty cool. So
you can right click on yourself and choose these video filters that apparently Zoom has now. I haven't seen these before, so I'm just using you as a platform to play with them.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, so Brandon here, I mean, we talk about this in the course, but I'll give you the short answer, which is, a 15-minute video is not necessarily a 15-minute video. It's 5 3-minute videos and then pieced together, edited, So think about this. When I make videos, I mean, I can make a 15-minute video now in one take, but if
Right.
I'm going to do like a pros and cons or something, cost of living, here's what you do. You list out your top 5 pros, your top 5 cons. Really, you can talk about each one of those probably 2 to 3 minutes, in one sitting. Now, the thing is that you say, hey, my name is Levi, or you say, as I mentioned, we're going to get into the pros and cons of living in Dallas, Texas. Now, let's start out with pro number 1, which is the cost of living. All right. So, and then I'm going to go in, I talked about the cost of living for 2 minutes, and I'm going to say, so that pretty much wraps up number 1. And then I pause and I go, and I look at my notes and I go, all right, so pro number 2 is, and so you see how I have a stop and an end point, and then the editing process, all that just gets pieced together, all the dead space gets chopped out, and it's just one steady flow. And the next thing you know, you've got a 15, 20, 25-minute video. So
Are you making a full-on script, or you just have some bullet points? Sounds like.
I don't script anything. The thing is that, well, at least for me, I mean, I've been in Dallas for a while, most agents have been in their market for a while. So they have their own stories, their own experiences. The thing is if I asked anybody on here, hey, tell me about the weather, tell me about the bugs, tell me about the traffic, tell me, they could talk about it. You could probably, if you've lived in Fort Worth for 3 months, you could probably tell me all that stuff already, Yeah. So the thing is that you have to, and you're at an advantage, I would say, because you just moved from, where'd you just move from?
California, of course.
Yeah, of course. All right. So you've got one of the most powerful stories because now you've done it. And guess where 80% of our clients come from? They come from California.
Right.
So, but I'll tell you this, just like I mentioned earlier, here's where mortgage brokers make all the mistakes is they talk about mortgages and they're boring as hell. And the only people searching that content is because they're having trouble with their current mortgage. So they're already under contract with somebody else. So if you're going to make content, yeah, you got to make content that people are in the research and in the buying process, which is what we teach. And if you're thinking about getting a license, you should definitely join us. And then you can join our local team and we'll just give you YouTube leads.
Yeah, I should have my license in like 2 months. So I'm already starting the process. I have my license in California, but that doesn't mean no good out here.
Well, we have a team meeting. We have a team meeting in our office in Dallas this Friday. If you want to come, you're welcome to come join us.
Okay. I am licensed in California. Can I use that? And then the secondary question is, can I do California videos out here, or does that not make sense?
I mean, unless you have a team in California, it would, first of all, it'd be a completely separate channel. So,
right.
And if you'd have to have a team in place there. But I mean, if you have a license in California, you have a real estate license?
A real estate license, and I got agents in California.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you wanted to partner, I mean, we could sponsor you now. And then of course, once you have your Texas license, if you wanted to join our team, you could. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, if you want to talk about that later, we can. And if you want to come by our office on Friday, actually, we're doing it at a different location, but if you want to come by our meeting and just hang out at our meeting and kind of see how it goes, you can check it out if you want.
Yeah. How do I get the information on that?
Just text me. You got text messages about the Zoom call, right?
I did, but I didn't write it down.
Well, whatever your last text message that says I'm on Zoom.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay.
Just say, hey, man. Yeah. Send me the address for the meeting.
All right, cool. Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Danny? How are you? I hope you're being safe right now.
Oh, so safe, dude. My car drives itself.
Okay,
So I think you actually already answered my question earlier, because I was going to ask that exact question about buying package 1 and then upgrading when I want your coaching if I needed to. So I think that's it, man. Do you recommend still reading those books even if we're taking that course, or I just ordered the books, right? You said to order the books. I went on Amazon and ordered.
Yeah, it depends on how much you want to geek out on the stuff, you know? So, you know, if you really want to dig into I mean, the books are not specific to real estate. They're specific to YouTube. Now, the course is extremely specific to real estate. So, no, you don't really have to buy those books, but I think if you really want to understand a lot of the back end stuff, I mean, they definitely help out, but it's up to you. But no, the course will teach you everything.
And then you're getting rolling. When you first started, how many videos were you putting out a week? And then I dropped this question in the chat. If you were to go back, would you have increased the video volume, and would that have increased the growth exponentially? Like, how does that work in terms of video production?
So I knew that from my research, I knew what I wanted to do from the beginning. I started out with 3 videos a week because there was about 7 or 8 other real estate agents in Dallas that had channels. But what I noticed is that they all were only publishing 1 video a week. And so I thought and one of them, the top channel had 7,000 subscribers when I had 0. And we've passed them up. We're now the #1 channel in Dallas because I published 3 videos a week for the first year. And that's how you outwork people. So that's how you catch somebody that's been on. And actually, a couple of those channels had one of those agents been on YouTube for 8 years, and we passed them up. So you can pass up people if you outwork them and you're extremely intentional about the content and the back end analytics. So you will grow as fast as the content you put out. I don't recommend more than 3 videos a week. Now, like that Tampa channel that we've helped out, they did 1 video a week, and it took them 5 months to get their first deal under contract. But they just started to increase to 2 to 3 videos a week, and they've already seen the compound effect happen to where he's already looking at hiring 2 buyer's agents, because just increasing the frequency of videos already increases leads.
And do you, sorry, I don't know if it's me or you breaking up, but it might be me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up.
How am I doing? Am I back?
I think I don't know. Is it me, Chrissy? Am I coming through okay? Am I
Pick
coming?
me.
How's this, Levy? Am I back?
Okay, Levi.
Okay.
I'm back.
Charles, you're doing a lot of waving. Are you trying to get somebody's attention? Are you okay? Or do you?
Yeah, I have a question to ask if you don't mind.
Well, can you raise your hand? Because we have other people that no, like actually there's a little button. If you click on your button to raise your hand. Yeah, well, you're clapping now. You have to click the raised hand option. I appreciate the claps, and the applause. There you go. All right. Now you're in line. Okay. So let me get to the other people that have. Brandon, if you're done, can you lower your hand? Danny, I'll come back to you when you're in a good service area. Deepak, what's up? How are you? Deepak, are you there? Going once, going twice. Cheryl, what's up? How are you?
Hey, good to see you. So I wanted to
Hey,
ask
I'm
you.
here. Are you okay? I'll wait because for some reason it did not unmuted me, but I'm going to let Cheryl do, and then please come back to me.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Thank you for allowing the lady.
It's a quick question.
Okay.
So when you're doing your content, I've checked out your channel, but I didn't see any attraction stuff on it. Would you keep that separate? Like your attraction channel be different?
Yes, completely separate channel. It's 2 different audiences. Yeah. If you don't speak to real estate agents on your client channel. Yep. All right, Deepak. Coming back.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I have 2 questions. First of all, thank you for your services. I heard your story, and I'm glad that you are doing well with your health. So thank you so much for serving our great nation. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So my question to you is this. You said you posted 3 videos. Were there any specific days that you were posting, like Thursday, Sunday, Monday? Like, is there any specific days that you were posting? that you saw that it was gaining more momentum?
So after you publish about 20 to 25 videos, depending on it, YouTube will actually tell you in your analytics the time that your audience is on the channel. So once you publish the first 20 to 25 videos, it's really just experimentation. But I typically did Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I've done Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Ultimately, you want to give everything about a 48-hour breathing window if you can, so to speak, because you don't want to publish video after video after video. And I mean, you can, I mean, but if you're going to stick with 3 videos, it's just better to pick a pattern. Right now, we still stick to Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know, we've scaled back to 2 videos a week now, just because in December, January, and February, we had several videos that took off, which, you know, the channel was almost a year old before that ever happened. Everything was always just steady Eddie, but we really saw major growth on some videos that we hadn't seen before. So I wanted to understand that and test it, and then also, you know, change some things up. So I think ultimately if you publish an evergreen video, as we talked about earlier, which is relevant any day, night, or weekend, it really doesn't matter when you publish it, because it's going to be constantly found, you know. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but give it every other day. If you go 3 videos a week, do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you one more question, but before I do that, I want to ask your permission, because, you know, when you are a real estate agent, as real estate agents, we're always being sold a golden nugget and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you are doing that, but in this field, I've done a lot of research. I have a very successful YouTube channel already. You know, I have another YouTube channel that I'm working with right now, and you can check it out. It's called Orlando Home Show. I'm in Central Florida market, and I do brand new homes, about close to 3,000 subscribers. What I want to know from you is, I've done the Sean Canal's course, the Malcolm was talking about before. Now, there's a lot of people in this arena, especially with real estate. There's Jesse and Jackson. There is Karen. How is your course different from any of those? Or what are you covering specifically in more detail that would be a better fit? If that's okay to ask.
Yeah, of course. And in the last 12 months, we've done $90 million in business from the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So match that to any, I don't know, you can look, I don't want to downplay anybody, but go to, first of all, we've passed up all those other channels you just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look at subscriber count. We've passed them all up. And also, I don't know of anybody that's done 90 million in 12 months. No, I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know an Instagrammer. I don't know a TikToker. I don't know another YouTuber that has done that. I don't say that from a bragging standpoint. That's just from a reality standpoint. And so that's what I would say, is that we've grown the most, the fastest. Now, I believe that's also with the systems that we put in the back end, which we cover that on the course as well. So I think that's the big difference. But you can go look at that channel, a couple of those channels, and look at their recent view counts and things like that as well. I mean, I don't see how much business is getting generated from, whenever, you'll see. I mean, just go check it out. That's all I got.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking my question, and thank you so much for answering. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, and one thing I'll also mention as well is that we just take a way more holistic approach than a lot of these other channels do. A lot of them, they'll focus on one aspect of the video editing or the video production standpoint, but we tackle it from so many different angles. I mean, we've talked about like Pinterest and Google My Business and all of these other things. The course covers more than just, I mean, YouTube is the bulk of it, but I mean, coming down to just the video flow and the SEO behind it, which is so critical. So it's just a little bit more holistic than what you'll find in a lot of other courses.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, we like to call that the SEO ecosystem, because Pinterest, most people don't know Pinterest is the 4th largest search engine right now. And so, we repurpose parts of our videos and our blog post and everything on Pinterest. The WordPress blog site talks to SEO, to Google. I mean, Google's #1 as far as on the back end. They love WordPress as far as any other platform. And then Google My Business is just, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, we got 15,000 views to Google My Business just last month. So all of that is just creating more and more traffic on the back end, which I believe is what's driving our success and our subscriber count. So and I could even show you, I mean, even in Dallas, like all those channels in Dallas that really I rank them as benchmarks. That's all they were. Is I was like, okay, here's all these people ranked here. I mean, that's our goal. Now we've passed all them up as well. So
Cool. Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
you're welcome. What's up, Taylor?
Hey, what's up, Levi? Good to meet you.
Yeah. Good to meet you.
Question for you. Could you have done it without Travis? Is kind of what's going through my mind. Like, you focused on video and you guys had awesome partnership, and Chrissy, obviously with that, it's like, man, I don't got, where's my Travis? Where's my Chrissy? All these pieces to this business as a whole. And I'm a new agent with Don Yoakum's team.
Okay.
With that, wanting to kind of hit the Sacramento area. A couple people, there's already been YouTube has hit the area, right? But I'm kind of wondering, like, do I need a Travis starting out? Should I go just focus on video production? Like being in front of the camera, it's kind of the fun part for me. But yeah, I just wanted to ask you that.
So, I mean, I didn't have Travis when I started. I found him, you know, as it was timing, you know, so, but to answer your question, I think it would be difficult, yeah, to be this successful, because Travis is one of the absolute best real estate negotiators I've ever met in my life. And when I met him, the thing is whenever I came in, I didn't really want to sell homes. I wanted to create videos, and actually I got out of production after one house. So out of the last year, out of 165 homes, I only sold the first home. Travis sold a lot of the other ones, but you know, we expanded, we grew the team, you know, we expanded the team in December. The thing is about YouTube is YouTube will allow you to scale accordingly, because the growth is going to start slow. As I mentioned, last April, we closed 2 transactions. You know, May, we closed 3 transactions. June, 5 transactions. You know, I mean, March alone, we closed 35 transactions just in last March. So that's a big difference from a year. But, you know, when you close 2 or 3, that's business you can handle on your own. So it depends on what you want to do. Now, if you don't find a partner, well, you can also scale back. You can kind of control lead flow based on content creation. So
Right.
You know, it depends. If you want to be a solo agent, you can. Now, if you don't find the right partner, and you have to find the right partner if you're going to partner with somebody, otherwise you can start to build out a team. You know, the thing is that the YouTube leads are the absolute best leads, I believe, in the business. Again, as I showed you, our contact to under contract is 45 days. These people turn over so quickly. I mean,
it is. It's very impressive.
Yeah, they make decisions. They're ready to move. I mean, they don't mess around, you know? So that's the best leads you can feed a team. And so you don't have to have a partner, but you'll have to bring on agents and train them. And that's what's going to help you scale accordingly. So, you know, but the thing is that I looked at all this from the very beginning as a business owner. You know, I started implementing all the systems in place in the beginning. You know, the reason I can share with you phone calls and Zoom, I've documented everything. I knew that because of my experience of reading and watching Gary Vee, of reading and watching Russell Brunson, of reading and watching every other. And, you know, I've been reading and practicing sales and marketing for 20 years. This was all just a snowball to whenever I moved into this. I was like, I'm putting the last 20 years behind me and I'm going all in, you know, I'm going balls to the wall. You saw my story, right? Like every 5 years, I've had a major setback every 5 years. So I don't know, I may have a big setback in 5 more years, but this time I'm going 1,000 miles an hour instead of 100, you know? So this is all just a culmination of the last 20 years, but I've been able to put it all into place. And I knew in the beginning, okay, I got to have the system, but you know, we walk you through that in the course. I mean, we give you access or show you how to work, how we do everything, our CRM, all that stuff. So, you know, I think a partner is a great person to have. But see, when I met Travis, he also told me he wanted to sell 100 homes in a year. So he wanted to work the transactional side. I did not want to work the transactional side. He actually hates being on video. So it's a struggle to get him to do any video, you know, so he would rather sell 10 homes a month than make one video. I'd rather make 10 videos a month than sell one home. So that it is a pretty good partnership, but you know, our guys in Houston, that living in Houston team, you know, he doesn't want a partner. You know, he's got his agent that wants to make content, and he's going to start expanding more team members, and he wants to run it, and you can do that. So yeah, I mean, anything's possible if you work for it.
Yeah, no, that's good. And then last question I had, how much does like the editing cost? I know you find an editor, and how important is that? That's what's kind of running through my mind, like to find someone, because I know that you're trying to save time, you make the video and then you send it off to an editor with that. I think you might have already shown it.
Well, here it is. I mean, we offer editing services. I've never edited a single video because I'm not interested in it. And so, can everybody go on mute? Somebody who's messing around there? Okay, thank you. Somebody's moving right now. Somebody's moving to Texas on their Zoom. So yeah, you can contact us if you want. I mean, you can try to find an editor. They're hard to find and hard to get a good one. And then none of them know optimization. So our team will do all the editing, all the optimization. It's a turnkey service, and it's the most affordable I've found as well. But this is also in the course. I wouldn't buy it before you get done with the course. I would shoot videos first, but otherwise, if you want 8 videos per month, you know, that's around $9.97. You get everything done: tags, titles, descriptions, thumbnails. I mean, they'll even upload it to YouTube for you. I mean, it's basically turnkey. So,
have you found people successful that haven't used your service, or that's why I guess I'm adding, it sounds like editing is pretty key with the optimization and kind of using YouTube Buddy, as you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, editing's a pain in the ass, I think. So I mean, I don't think it's a real estate agent's best of your time. I mean, you don't have a marketing budget, so I would have an editing budget. And you think about it, $1,000 a month, that's a fixed cost. You can $1,000 a month in real estate marketing will get you nothing, you know, absolutely nothing. I mean, it'll get you 10,000 Facebook leads, but then you're calling 10,000 people and that don't even want to buy a home, really. So, you know, the thing is that it's worth it. And I believe within 3 months, you'll spend $3,000 on editing over 3 months. You'll have a deal by then if you do that. So
good to know. Perfect. That's it. Thanks, Levi. I really appreciate it.
If I had my last $3,000 in marketing, or if I had my last $3,000 in budget for real estate, I would spend it on editing, and I would make the shit out of some videos. Because I don't know anything else that'll, you know, it's the best return. What's up, Paul? How are you?
I'm doing good there, Levi. How you doing?
Good. Don't worry, Charles, you're next. I'm coming to you, man. All right, what's up?
Yeah, I picked number 3. You know, my situation is our broker was about ready to sign some papers in about a couple of weeks, but he just passed, and it was with EXP.
Gotcha.
And so I just picked.
I talked to you. You called me, right?
Yeah, I was the guy that called you the other night. I apologize for that.
No problem, man. I know your story, so you know.
All right, so we'll be in contact.
All right, man. Okay, is that it? Any other question, or are you just letting me know?
Just letting you know, and I'm very familiar with your area. My brother lives in Irving, Garland. My aunt from lived in Carrollton, so I know your area very well.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, shoot me number 3. We'll jump on a call.
All right, great. Thanks.
Thanks, Paul. All right, Charles, what's up, man? Let's rock.
How you doing? Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me just fine?
I can, yes.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Levi, and I'm grateful that you got healthier so we can have this time.
Thank you.
Yes. I actually am a brand new agent as well. I'm actually coming off of a little bit of an entertainment stretch. So I was taking other courses, you could say, for the views, you know.
Yeah.
So how do I transition, would you say, being an entertainer, but transitioning to real estate agent? And I had a coach tell me that I have to show how competent I am, as opposed to just being entertaining, to actually bring in people that want to do business with me. What do you recommend I do over the next 6 months specifically?
I'd recommend firing that coach. First of all, hopefully you're not paying money for that guy.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, well, that's why you get what you pay for. So,
Good.
well, what kind of entertainment did you do?
I was just doing entertainment, kind of like you could say like racing or like just things that capture people's attention off of the 3 seconds of a video. Like I was doing a health video with my dog, you know, just things non-real estate related. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think any of that, I mean, works for real estate. So, I mean, I think that, you know, you incorporate your personality in videos, you don't dedicate your personality to videos. Okay, so what that means is that, I mean, unless you're Ryan Serhant or Josh Altman or Chip and Joanna, nobody really cares about your personal life, but doesn't mean you can't talk about it. You know, I mean, people in our audience knows I like Americano coffees and red wine and historic homes and historic buildings, you know, just because I mention it here or there. I don't sit there and make a whole video about my favorite coffees, you know? So the thing is that you want to make the content, I mean, as we direct you in the course, that's geared toward capture people. You don't have to, I wasn't competent. I mean, all I did was make videos. I couldn't write a contract. So the thing is I don't care. You can memorize a real estate contract. If you don't have business to put on that contract, it doesn't matter. You know, does that make sense? So the thing is that if you know your city and you know your suburbs and you know your neighborhoods and you know all the cool spots and you know what people are interested in to learn about moving to your area, that's what's going to capture people. You'll become a competent real estate agent when you write 20 contracts. You know, but if you don't have 20 people to work with, you'll never become a competent real estate agent. So you got to have the business. The thing is they say 87% of agents fail within the first 2 years, or they don't renew their license after the first 2 years. It's not because they're not good people. It's not because they know contracts. It's not because they're not competent. It's because they can't generate any business, and their friends and family is not enough to, you know, to feed themselves. So you got to have business coming in the door. You have to be a good lead generator. So that's what's going to make you competent. But the thing is that if you don't tell people that you're brand new and this is your first contract, and you don't expose yourself, you can hide that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it. I would just say, look, I know Dallas everything. And in this day and age, they say, cool, we're going to make an offer on this house. You say, great. And then you run home, you get on your computer and you call somebody and you're like, okay, how do I write this contract? And you type it all up and then you send it to them via DocuSign. They sign it. They don't know the difference. Now, the thing is that if you're going to show a home, book the home twice. Go there the hour before, open all the doors, turn on all, you know, make sure you can get in. Don't do that in front of them, like sitting there, you can't unlock it, you know. So don't expose yourself as an incompetent agent, because pretty much every person is incompetent when they start. So, you know, there's ways to get around that, but ultimately you need business. That's what it comes down to. So now if you're entertaining or you like videography or you like filming stuff, it sounds like you do. I mean, that's really up to you. I don't believe that video editing is the best use of your time, but if that's part of your art, you know, well then, hey, go for it. I only know of one agent that is an amazing video editor and he makes amazing videos, but I also know the amount of time he spends on doing that stuff. And it's just, the average one of us that's not a good use of our time. So the main thing is just, you know, you have the stories, you have the experiences, you know, I don't care how new you are, you can do this.
Thank you. And if I didn't have the funds for your course at the moment, could I reach out regarding just the video editing portion and then later come back for the course?
Yes. Yep.
Cool. Awesome. And also, would you go ahead?
What brokerage are you with?
EXP. I'm just joining. I was actually with Real Brokerage, but I got no support. So this past week, I've been doing all this big transition.
Okay. And you already joined EXP?
Well, I signed the paper, but that was like literally 2 days ago before I got to speak with you. But I'm still transferring everything. But I'll keep you in mind though.
Okay.
And would you recommend maybe doing 2 channels, maybe entertainment and real estate?
Well, what's the entertainment channel for? Is that for your own thing or what?
Yeah, well, you could say I'm headed towards the Ryan Serhant position. That's where I'm going. So would you recommend maybe just starting out like that from the start, or just focus on being competent, like with those 20 transactions?
Well, what do you mean by Ryan Sir? Do you think Ryan Serhant's entertaining, or what do you mean by entertaining?
Yeah, I would say that. I wouldn't say he puts his personal life out there or anything, but I'd say I have more of a connection with him than someone that doesn't dress like him or doesn't present himself like that. I want to present myself like that.
Well, I guess what I guess what I was getting, you can be entertaining in the videos. Absolutely. If you have to be you on the videos. So if you're entertaining, if you're jumping around, if that's you, do it, because the thing is that the great thing about video is that the people that call you already know who you are. But if you're a different person on camera, if you're some character and then you're not that person whenever they meet you, I think that's a problem. So if you're, I don't know, if you're the skateboarding real estate agent, you can be the skateboarding real estate agent. But also know that you're going to niche yourself into a very small market of skateboarding people that want to buy homes from the skate. That's what I'm saying, that you can be, Ryan Serhant his personality is very, very good, but so yeah, absolutely be entertaining. So I guess, I don't know, does that answer your question? Is when you say entertaining, are you talking about, you just mentioned like filming cars and action clips and stuff like that. So,
well, yeah, personally, my humor is like, sometimes I could like inappropriate stuff or like profanity and stuff. That's been a concern of mine, because I want to be in line with, EXP's role model. Like I don't want to upset anyone, but I also want to have so much fun and like you could say like upset people in a sense. So, because not everyone's happy in the entertainment, but I know the real estate, you got to be like a good, person and stuff. So I'm just trying to find that fine line between like push it right to the edge, like controversial, I guess, entertainment, you could say, and still being a real estate agent, but then to the point of like, I was thinking, I can't just like for me, like a funny video I had recently in my head would be like running around in my underwear somewhere, but I'm not going to be doing that if I'm going to try to sell a house,
well, I don't think you're going to sell anything if you do that.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. So I think most people tend to prefer, I think just professional and personable is the best way to go. I'm not wearing a suit. You look at all my videos, I'm in a t-shirt most of the time, so the thing is that, the thing is though, people, I think they tell me I'm personable, and they also know that I know the area, I know Dallas, and I give them good information. I give them the information they're looking for. I don't really talk a lot of real estate stats, but I don't know. It's I think you're better just being polished and professional, but I don't think you can incorporate your humor, but at the same time, you got to think about it's you're talking to a camera. So you got to make some good jokes, but I don't know. I don't think profanity laced videos are going to attract you a lot of business. I'll just say that on top of it. So,
okay. Thank you so much, Levi. I really appreciate your time.
Okay. You're welcome. What's up, Mike?
Not too much. How are you, Levi?
Good. I'm good, man.
Good. So my question is being in the Atlanta market, I know like there's already a couple agents, a few of them that I actually know already that are already doing this stuff. So like, is that like, is there enough business out here for like another person to be doing it, or is it already kind of like saturated?
Absolutely. There's enough business.
Okay.
Does every year, does HGTV come out with a new real estate show?
Yeah, I guess they do.
Yeah. So, the thing is they know content is king, and everybody's attracted to different personalities, right? So the thing is that if YouTube tells me the 15 channels that my audience watches, 13 of the 15 are Dallas real estate channels, but we still get a lot of business. On top of that, do you think there's, in the last year, do you think more than 165 people have moved to Dallas? Yeah, so
Probably 165 a month.
No, there's actually like 400 a day. All right. So I'm just saying that I haven't captured all the market. Every other real estate agent on YouTube can't capture the people moving to Dallas. There's still hundreds of real estate agents doing business, right? That didn't capture any business on YouTube. So people are attracting business from ultimately YouTube's about personality. People will see you, they'll watch the other channels and they'll be like, hey, I kind of like Mike. He's a cool guy. I'll call him, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Cause I'm newer.
Wait another 6 months to a year. There's going to be more agents in your backyard.
Exactly. Cause I'm kind of newer here. So I don't know like all the areas super well.
Well, you have a great excuse to explore then.
I guess so.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's see. We answer all chat. When you say 1 out of 3, is that what you take on as a business or what is possible in a market? Taylor, is Taylor still here?
Yeah. I was waiting for the course in an area. You're saying you do 1 out of 3 in a market area. Is that what you're saying?
1 out of 3 what?
Agents for your program.
Oh, I think, are you referring to when he said like 1 out of 3 of you guys is going to end up doing the channel?
Maybe. I think I got it mixed up.
Yeah.
I was saying there's three of you from Sacramento on here. So I just said one of the 3 of you is going to move forward on this and that'll be the successful one.
Yeah.
So you choose which one.
I want to be. I hear you.
Yep. Atlanta, let's see. I think we've answered most of these questions. Tubebuddy or VidIQ. I mean, I've always used Tubebuddy. I know people that use VidIQ and they like that too. So, I mean, we cover Tubebuddy in the course, so that would be ideal to get that. Thank you. Yep. Thank you for your service. Did I start out doing all my tech video digital content? No. Nope. I think we already answered that. I never edited a video. Chrissy was our video editor. Every time I ask Chrissy, can you do this? She's like, yep, I can do that. I don't care. Whatever, you can ask her. I'm like, can you crochet me a big giant blanket? She's like, yes, I can do that. And then I get it in the mail. Like,
I would have to say no on that. That one I would definitely have to say no on.
Okay, I've made appointments with I love this one. I made appointments with business owners in my small town and do videos. Do you recommend this? No, I do not at all. Is India still here? No. Yeah, I mean, the thing is I would never interview a business owner. Number one, huh? Oh, you are? Oh,
I'm sorry.
Hey.
So I made with like the superintendent and principals and pharmacists and stuff because we are small. So I was just trying to get ideas.
Yeah. So no, because they're all boring people. So don't interview them. Yeah. And they're really weird on camera and it's just, nobody cares. And so, yeah, I just wouldn't do it. You can find all those videos and I found them all in my research. They get 0 views. And so you can't control other people and you can't control their camera presence. And so now what you want to do is if you want to talk to all of them and ask them, what do they like and what do they not like? And what's the benefit of, all that stuff. And you would kind of want to incorporate that in the story of what you're talking about. That's better.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think that covers it in the chat. Any other last minute questions from anyone? Otherwise, we can call it a night.
Thank you, brother. This is awesome.
And thank you, Mr. Malcolm.
Yeah, it's very awesome.
All right. Thanks, Paul. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
India, I know India, did she leave? She left. I feel like we've
How
talked,
many agents do you currently have under you?
320.
Cool.
Yep.
I guess a quick question, Levi, with the editing. So let's say I did your course, started walking through it. You probably, if I didn't do the editing, it would probably not find as much success if I try to go out and find my own editing. Is what I'm saying.
No, you can. I mean, you can. You're just gonna have to train them. I mean, you're gonna have to train them and coach them, and that takes time. And then guess what happens after you pay them once or twice? They disappear.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, you get what you pay for. You can find editors. Editors are a dime a dozen on Fiverr and other sites. But again, you get what you pay for. You're going to deal with language barriers, time zone issues, you know, that type of thing. You're going to have to train them and coach them. And then also editors, as I mentioned, usually have no idea how to optimize a video, right? So you'll get the editing done, but then you'll have to optimize it, which, hey, you know, I did that in the beginning, but again, not the best use of my time. I trained Chrissy as quickly as possible on how to optimize. But you know, that's the thing, is that it's just not. It depends. I mean, if you don't have the budget, you're gonna have to use the sweat equity, right? So, but if you can find you can find editors on Fiverr for $20 a video. And if you get that done and you optimize it, you can still do that. Now, I've had a couple of videos edited for $20-25, not too bad, but again, you know, you have to go back, you only get so many revisions, yada, yada, yada. I mean, our team, you don't have to coach them on anything, because really it's just like you tell them your brand colors, what you want, you know, they already know everything. So you're saving time that way as well. Plus they optimize it. So it's just, if you have the budget, it's worth the expense.
Yeah. And say with that, the course goes over how to edit and optimize, or just mainly how to do both?
We don't cover any editing in there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can't teach you how to do it because I've never done it.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
How
to optimize.
There is, yes, optimization, absolutely. I mean, that's half the course. I mean, that's the most important thing, because
that makes
that's
sense.
how you get found. But I do make thumbnails. I used to make thumbnails, and I show you how I make a thumbnail, and then Chrissy shows you how to make a better thumbnail. So
right. Yeah. Awesome. No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's just that.
But also, even if we've discussed adding editing in there, but really I don't want agents editing their own videos, because you'll spend, I mean, it's a lot, you know. You should be creating content and negotiating contracts. Everything else should be subbed out.
Yeah, no, just starting out with a low budget makes it tough, but maybe find the right person to be that partner in that piece of the budget. So it's kind of what I'm negotiating.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, and I always tell people to start out small and work up if you have to do it that way too. You know, it's better to put out something rather than waiting for 6 months and doing nothing, because YouTube loves increased content. It does not like decreased content. So if you feel like you can't afford, or you don't feel like you can put out that much content, start with 1 or 2 and then work up to 3, because YouTube will like the increased content anyway. So it actually could help your channel go in that route. But ultimately just get started, you know, with something rather than just waiting until you're ready. Because a lot of times we'll find excuses for why we're not ready, especially with the video editing. It'll take, you know, 1 month. Okay, I'll wait until next month or next month or next month. And then it just doesn't happen for 6 months. So I'd say just start small if you have to start that route.
Yeah, better to slow build than overextend, which is typically my habit, trying too many things at once with that. So I appreciate the advice there, Chrissy. So it's good. That is all I got.
Cool. All right, guys. Oh, Paul, you got one more question?
Sure. On the Google My Business pages, how do you get around with the real estate agent having the same address as other agents in the same office?
I mean, you should, it has it by suite number. So you should have a suite number.
So everyone should have a different suite number.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the same office as somebody, you should have a a mailbox or a suite number.
Okay, because we had our own Google My Business, but we always get a problem with saying that my former broker, Scott, had the same address as me, and we would always have a problem with Google. And we couldn't get around with the suite numbers.
No, where's the office out of? Regis?
No, in Chester, New York,
Well, I know.
we would have
Was
we would have the same address.
Was a shared office space?
Yes.
Oh, well, usually a shared office space offers individual suite numbers as a mailbox.
Okay.
So you just need a, I mean, we office out of a shared office address, but we have a suite number, you know, which is, I mean, we do have a suite inside the shared office, but I mean, everybody has this, I mean, there's 100 other tenants in there that have the same office, but we all have a different suite number. But if you're in a shared office and they don't have actual suites, they should provide you a mailbox option usually, and that may be paid. It could be 20, 30 bucks a month, but then they assign you a mailbox number, you know, which just means they collect it at the front desk, but you know, they put it in a folder that has your suite number. So that should be fine. We've never had a problem with that.
Okay.
Now, one thing I will say is I have had clients in the past who have gotten banned by Google by using an address that's not in their service area. So if you're using something in another state or anything, because I don't know what your service area is. What is your service area? Where are you coming out of?
Upstate New York, near West
Okay.
Point.
Okay, so yeah, just be careful, because if it's a virtual space that you don't meet in, Google has actually flagged some areas and some offices that they know that people don't actually work out of. So that could be something. Another option is if you do actually work out of the office and you do go in and out and you can prove that, that's a conversation you can have with Google's assistant, Google's assistance team, and they can walk you through that and they can approve it manually if they have to. So sometimes you have to jump through some extra hoops, but there are ways to get it approved.
Yeah, we did get penalized because we both re-updated our Google My Business, and it was with the same address, and they said you can't have the same agent with the same address, or we were with ERA at the time.
Yeah.
That's what we got hit.
Yeah, sometimes you have to kind of jump through some hoops with that. So yeah, I mean, if you were to do the course or something, we could probably take a look at that and kind of help you work through that. But yeah, there's ways to get past that, but it can be a little bit tricky with those types of shared office spaces. You just have to talk to somebody about it usually.
Okay, thank you.